Okay. We're ready. Are we ready? Okay. We're going to call the meeting back to order. And while we were running out of film over there, we had a commissioner that did have to leave. So Commissioner Bocelli left. And now we're going to finish our discussion of coming up with the week that we are going to plan our marathon meetings to discuss the EIR and the ban.
So it sounds like the best date's going to be the 28th.
Okay?
And we'll just work the schedule around that. We'll maybe contact the appellant that we just had and see if we can push it out to the following meeting. I guess I would schedule the 28th, 29th, and the 2nd to keep free. Hopefully we can get it done in 2 days. And we'll go from there.
Okay, and we'll have 2 days of comments, so it's probably, we need to probably count on that third day and make sure the Board of Supervisors don't plan a meeting that Tuesday either.
Okay?
Okay, and it would probably be a really good opportunity to make some money, so buy a whole bunch of ice water to sell out there.
And hopefully we'll get the air conditioner.
Right?
Yeah, well,
Oh, there
by
you
September,
go.
maybe it won't be 100 degrees outside. So.
Okay, so is that,
The only other thing I just wanted to give you an update on was the board meeting on Tuesday. There was the Richardson rezone and several appeals, and the board denied the rezone on a 3-2 vote. The basic finding was that they did not feel that a rezone within a subdivision that changed the zoning between subdivision lots was appropriate.
was that an actual subdivision? And across the street, there's agricultural zoning? I mean, it doesn't matter, the supervisors ruled, I don't even want to have the conversation.
And the Locke subdivision has been delayed because of some last-minute issues with Caltrans that were still being worked out. We haven't scheduled that yet to go back to the board, and I don't know how the board will handle that one, which is a very similar situation. So, and then the other, the Snowden and the Gunsel appeals, your decisions were upheld.
Well,
Okay.
it's all worth it.
With that,
Meeting's adjourned?
thank you.
Thank you all. Oh, hold on, we don't have public comment at the end anymore.
There's no public comment on the discussion regarding the agenda or the upcoming agenda item.
I'd be happy.
Well, I would be happy to entertain it if you're going to keep it under 2 minutes. Normally, no.
I will just,
But Colleen now is going to want her 2 minutes too.
I'll just hand you what it was a prepared statement.
Would you want to be on the record? Can
I
you
mean-
summarize?
I can,
You
I
can't
can
read it.
quite quickly.
Wait, just summarize.
I sent all of you this email earlier this morning. Like, you were already in session.
So
It
I didn't get an email from
no,
you.
No, it just came when you were in session, probably around lunch. So, not this morning. Anyway, this letter should be in that email. It basically lays out my perspective on how the meeting should be organized. I make a few arguments for why the draft regulatory ordinance that was directed to be written by staff by the previous board should be the focus of the meeting, specifically because that decision was never rescinded. It is the project under the draft EIR, and so for a thorough analysis, we should have that as the focus of the discussion, because that is really, the board directed staff to continue studying draft regulatory ordinance and the draft EIR as commissioned, with the addition of the ban alternative as a additional consideration on top of the draft regulatory ordinance. The rationale's all laid out in here, and so.
So did you send that to the PlanCom through admin? Because it did not come through to my direct email.
Did not. Do you have one, Peter?
I have not seen that, but I've been in here all day, so I don't
Okay,
know what it is.
I'll resend it as well, and I have a hard copy. It's
The thing is, if
Either
you
way.
get it to Annette, it's the best place because then she makes sure that we all get it.
And that does remind me of something else that Stan, the IT director, brought to my attention. You guys are using your own personal email, and that's very highly discouraged for a number of reasons.
It is discouraged, but if Stan and IT could make it so that the email was pleasant to read and not full of porn, and we get our emails, because Colleen can vouch that we did not receive her emails, so if they can perfect it, we'll use it. Otherwise, we come here and we have to say, I never got your email, and we look like fools.
Yeah,
I will work with Stan to figure out a way that we can make that more functional for you.
I would appreciate it.
Probably, we should have separate email address for this purpose ourselves.
Well, we have an email through the planning commission
Yeah, I went
that
to
is on their
planning
server,
1, 2,
especially
3,
when it
4,
comes
5.
to public
Yeah.
request acts. I get that. I can see lawful issues there.
Thank you.
And I'm fine with using it, but I have to tell you, it was not a good experience. That's why we went away from it.
Stan sent you Cal.
I didn't Okay, Stan, you're off the hook. No, he did not, but it was filtering through. It was like the emails that were supposed to come didn't, and the really bad stuff did. And then I think we have issues with some people here that don't like technology, so tell Stan he's gonna have training classes. Because Bocelli said he didn't
Me?
want to use those emails. Commissioner Wooster?
That's all I can do is to try to contend with the email I've got.
So, yeah, you're gonna have some training issues. Maybe if you
Further
provided them
discussion.
with iPad laptops and the software like the supervisors use, or COG, and you made our meetings live like they do with the supervisors, then maybe they would have the ability to have their laptops in front of them looking at their email properly.
Sure.
And I know the planning department has a great big budget, they can afford to pay for all that.
Then you got some that want the hard copies because they make notes. They don't want the computers. I know 2.
I know 3, but it's okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, are we done?
We're done.
It's up to you.
Now, Colleen, did you want to say something since I allowed him to say something?
I would like to ask a question. I'll be
Not about porn.
really not about that. I think you're going to have a very large crowd for the
Yes.
cannabis EIR. This room is very, very small.
Yes.
And we used to have sessions in the town hall, and I know it's challenging, but boy, there's going to be an awful lot of people, and I think you might consider having it in the town hall despite
What they've been
the-
doing with the large crowds is they
I
set
know,
the
out in
TV
the-
out there.
I know, but
Yeah.
people that need to sit, people have come to these meetings and they can't sit in here. There's nowhere to sit out there. They can't stay. You know,
I'd
people
give
that-
them my chair.
I mean, there's seriously people that can't stand
I
out in the
understand.
hall all day.
I
So,
understand, you're right.
You know, so I don't know if it's an
We'll
option.
consider that.
Okay, thank you, Colleen. Okay. Do you have any public comment? Okay, we're adjourned. Hit it? I've never